So, I don't know. This is going to be quite the plunge into the unknown, but, well, I guess we're just going to get it started. Alright everyone, hello, and welcome back to another episode of Good Company with me, Spacefish, and welcome back to our beautiful big shop out here. Now, if you'll remember in the last episode, we finally took care of actually moving our analysis department over to this new building, which we created right here, and expanding out our research facilities too, to, well, speed up research even more, and progress thus even more, and that's all been going pretty nicely, and I'm pretty darn happy with that all. But, well, now we've still got a lot of new things that we did get from the last milestone we just hit like 2 or 3 episodes ago, which is kind of crazy to think of because we're already a third of the way to the next milestone, which is going to give us analysis stations and research labs, which sounds very interesting. Sounds like a lot more efficient research and analysis right there, so very much looking forward to that. But for the time being, it's kind of time to actually work some more on automation, because we've got a lot of these fancy machines right here, of course, like the case machines, the metal processing machine, and the pick and place machine, which we can probably use to replace a lot of these processes that we are currently doing out here in our company. Now, the question kind of being, I said the last time around that I wanted to do pocket PCs for a start, and I think that's still the plan. I'm just very much wondering how we can actually implement the pick and place machines out here in the pocket PC production without like super crazily interrupting it. I am kind of a bit worried that, well, we're going to delete all this, but production is basically going to stop and we're going to have to remodel it all, and we run into some issue and we are running out of materials. I don't know, like, I mean, the thing is, honestly, we've got more than 2 million bucks in the bank now. We're making 52k of profit every week. So even if this all gets disrupted for like 4 weeks in a row or something, we shouldn't run into any dangerous territory. Look at that, by the way, 4 million net worth. That's actually kind of sick. We are rapidly approaching 5 mil. I absolutely love that. What I'm kind of wondering about, by the way, can you see if like, if we look at research, oh yeah, okay, so the research we've done does actually have a value too, so that's of course very, very nice to see right there. Account balance just still making up more than half of our net worth, absolutely insane. But yeah, so I think the plan's got to be to actually get a pick and place machine, well, a line of pick and place machines in right here, right? Because for this whole pocket PC production, we need simple circuits right here, we need our logic circuits, we need our programmable circuits, all of which can be made by the pick and place machines as far as I remember, indeed, and the circuit boards as well, of course. So basically starting right here, all these assembly tables basically would be going. I'm not quite sure how we were doing for circuit boards here, because like looking at this, right, we've got, yeah, right, it was 15 that we're making. I think I said I wanted to keep this table here for the time being, just in case, so we do have a bit of an overrun if we need to. Now, the question also probably being, okay, so I just evenly split it amongst all the things, basically. So we're, well, eventually, I mean, this stuff is all going to go, basically, right? So what's probably going to end up happening is that this thing's only going to feed into these chemistry tables down here for the 7-segment displays, and then everything up here is going to be replaced. First things first, though, we're going to have to get rid of a lot of shelves here, and I don't have the inventory space for all this stuff, so I mean, I need to get some like intermediate storage going for some stuff here, I think. Now, I've got my things that I'm kind of planning on researching out here anyway, so I'm just going to stash, no, actually, not this. I'm going to actually stash these simple circuits into here, which I'm just using the wrong key right there. And maybe I'm going to also stash some register banks into there or something. Just going to max that stack size out. Okay, and then I have a bit more space left over. Now, what are we actually using in the final production of this stuff? Only the programmable circuits and the logic circuits. So how does this all work out here? So the logic circuits are kind of an independent thing of their own, which is actually kind of an interesting thing, because we do need circuit boards for all these things. I'm going to have to kind of think of how I'm going to split this, basically, right? Because I will need... Will I need 4? I think I'll need 4 pick and place machines, right? I'll definitely need 1 for the circuit boards. Now the thing is, that from the circuit boards, I need to kind of split off a small portion and get that kind of put into the into this here logic circuit kind of stuff, because this is totally independent of everything else, right? And then I need to also have another set of 2 pick and place machines that do this whole stuff, because this is interconnected as far as I remember. Yeah, so the simple circuits that I make here actually then feed into the programmable circuit production. So that's going to be an interesting one. I'm also kind of considering, should we just change the product up a bit? Like, maybe also checking market phases here real quick. So we are fine at that. We are at 3.4 of market rating, but if we look at the blueprint designer, I'm not quite sure. Let me see the design. We don't have the space, really. Oh, do we? No, we don't. No, we don't, unfortunately. Like, the space is all maxed out on that, unfortunately, so we can't really place 2 programmable circuits in there just to kind of make it a bit easier for us. I think we'll just have to keep this design for the moment, because if we do want to change it, I will probably need a whole new case. And I'll need to throw all the things over, replace and change everything up, so I think we'll have to keep going with this for the time being. So, I don't know. This is going to be quite the plunge into the unknown, but, well, I guess we're just going to get it started here. So, I'm going to grab all these logic circuits that we've made out here. Maybe these things too. Maybe all this. Oh, God. That's actually a lot of stuff. It's more stuff that I can store, to be honest. Okay, let's see if we can maybe... Yeah... can move a few things onto here, but really not too many. I mean, the programmable circuits we got rid of at the very least, so that's a start. Not really too crazy off one, but we can offload some of the circuit boards right there. Okay, so I mean, all the basic ingredients will move kind of back to this stash, that one down there, I think. Plastic parts we also need to move on, so maybe we can put a few circuit boards in here. We can indeed, but that also kind of already limits us. Actually not, we've got more capacity in there, so that's going to go in there too. And do we have like space for any plastic parts anywhere? Not really. Yeah, great. I am probably just going to go and maybe just stash some simple circuits into here, because honestly we can just research those too. And then let's kind of move the initial input materials back first, which I will have to see. It seems to be this stash here, actually, so we're just going to stack it all into there. Oh god, that stuff again. Oh no. That's so annoying. It's like... We've got this issue again with like slots that are being used while like in fact they're not actually being used. I mean, my buy order is at 5, so like theoretically they should be used, but they're not being used for some reason. I cannot explain this, whatever is going on with this courier pallet, but I cannot stack more things into that now, so that's a bit of an issue. Because I need to get rid of everything that's in these shelves, so... I don't know, second intermediate storage, I guess. We are just going to place that down here, so I know that that's kind of from the production that we had going. So, we'll just stash a few things into there, you know, maybe hopefully somehow move them back over afterwards. This stuff, well, I suspect, yeah, a few things can go into there. Do we have any other places? We need a bit of metal here, and we probably need a bit of plastic there, and a bit more plastic here. And that's kind of everything. So now we are just going to stack the rest into there. But yeah, it's a lot of emptying shelves here, unfortunately, because like, I don't know, all this stuff does need to go somewhere in the end, and this is already an issue again, because I am yet again lacking the space to put things. This is going to go there. Okay, and now we've got like more electronic parts that can also hopefully be moved into there. Still nice, and got a bit of metal, and that's these shelves about empty then. So metal, yeah. Metal goes here, maybe? Not quite everything, but you know, it's good enough. We'll have to live with that for the time being. Okay, so now I can just kind of clear out all this stuff, because we're going to have to, all the employees are going to have to go as well, unfortunately, because like, I mean, that's of course in the end going to raise our profit. We don't need the employees for it, and the machinery is doing it for us, kind of. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to let all these people go. Really, really sorry for that, but that is about that then. So, all of these things will be going. We'll make even more money from selling all this. Sorry, you have to go too. I totally seem to have forgotten about you. Wait, why are you still there now? Oh, you're a logistics employee. Okay. Alright, cool. So that's kind of what we're dealing with then. Now we need to see how we can most ideally use all this space, and I already feel this is going to be a bit of a struggle. I think we're going to start with, of course, like the circuit boards, basically, and we're going to start that, like, oh, we've got the curve issue again, don't we? Maybe we can make a bit of a change here in terms of layouts of these tables. And then just have a bit more space. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. So we're going to move that table over there, basically. And then I'm going to put a pick and place machine like... Ooh. Here-ish? Need to kind of think it through for a minute here. No, I think I need even more space for it. Oh, God. I mean, it's of course kind of a question. I think what I can basically do is put one right here. Where are all my conveyor parts again? I need those pretty badly. Let's grab some of those. So yeah, I mean, this is of course kind of going to be a bit of a struggle actually putting all these things in here. Now we're going to need conveyor belts, of course. The thing is, we need a retrieval. Where's the retrieval? Here. That's where the retrieval thing is at. So we need a retrieval thing. I don't think this conveyor thing is going to work if I do it like this, is it? Like, I cannot really... Like, this won't work. This won't put it on there. So it's kind of like I need to expand it out one further, I suppose. Yeah. It's I don't know, it's going to be a struggle for space here, I feel. Especially because, like, the conveyor changes that company devs implemented in terms of, you know, actually being... Nope. Being able to put, like, the bend in a different way, so you don't have to, like, go one out to put the bend, but you can instantly kind of bend it. I think that's a kind of a thing in the newer versions, but it's unfortunately not a thing just here quite yet, so... I mean, that's kind of a bit of the issue here. Now, what we can do, of course, is we can just kind of move this thing to here in the middle, but I would be wasting a bit of space here. I don't feel I've really got much of an alternative, though, so... I guess we're going to do that. We're going to go and grab a conveyor belt and just kind of straight feed that into there, basically. And we're going to go and grab a shelf, of course, because we're going to have somewhere where we need to store all these mats. And we're going to be doing circuit boards right here. And, well, then we kind of need to go and... Good. Camera, please. Thank you. We're going to go and grab plastic from here, of course. We're going to grab metal. We can actually probably increase the stack size of that too. I don't know. Oh god, this stuff again, yeah. That's also a bit unfortunate where it just kind of blocks that. But okay, so we're going to increase the stack size right there. We're going to kind of set some new rules to where we are going to go and grab the plastic. And we're going to go and grab the metal. And we are... How much do I need here? 10. So we're just kind of going to do it in sequences of 10. So we're going to go grab 10 plastic, then it's going to go grab 10 metal, and then it's going to rinse and repeat, basically. So that's going to feed into this machine right here, which is going to give us our nice and fancy thingies. I can actually save some space, can I not? I can, indeed. I can indeed save some space, I think. No, not this, but like basically... Oh, God. Let's try that. So I would want to Oh no, I need to align the conveyor belt. Great. Okay. Cannot save some space, unfortunately, even though, you know, one conveyor segment, if it was already straight, would probably be fine, but that doesn't work. So we will need the 2 segments to align that, but that will be making these for us. Now, what we'll need next is going to be conveyor belt out here, just like that, and then we're going to go and put it into storage, I think, because we will need to kind of just reshuffle how we want to distribute things here, probably. Like, there's no conveyor splitters, so we're going to have to do it manually one way or another. So, that is going to be our circuit board stuff. I think we're already running out of space here, aren't we? Maybe we're going to need to move some of this plastic part stuff down to here somehow. I think that's probably going to be the way to go in the end, because well, this does need a lot of space. Like, it's kind of probably already transpiring to you all as well that we are kind of a bit low, and this is actually a bit of an issue too. Which is not actually that much of an issue, because I can just move all this one up, I suppose. So we're going to do that. Can I move the whole conveyor belt? No, I can't. Great. I'm going to have to redo that one part then. But other than that, that should be fine. So we're going to move all this and that. And we just need to kind of go and get rid of the conveyors again. And that conveyor too. So yeah, I'm really interested to see how they've kind of solved this in the newer versions of the game. I'm pretty sure that they have solved it already. So definitely going to take a look at that with you guys sometime as well. But as I said previously, in terms of like just in favor of consistency, I'm trying to do this all in one version for the time being. So we just don't go back and forth like mad with this stuff. So this stuff is done. Now we will, I don't know, we don't have enough space here, honestly. That's going to be a bit troublesome, isn't it? How are we going to solve this? Maybe we'll just have to kind of move our research stations up here. Or all these, do somewhere different. I think we're probably going to end up doing that. Let's already buy that building. I think that's going to end up happening where we just, like, stash the last few things in here. I mean, it's kind of doable, probably. I would like to avoid it, honestly, but I'm not sure it's possible, so we'll see. I'm not too happy right now, but well, it's kind of, you know, our first instance of automatization, so it's inherently going to be a bit messy, I suppose. Now we're going to go here, of course. We're going to go and grab the logic circuits. It's going to be kind of the next task right here. And we will need to kind of mirror this setup. Now that is going to be a bit closer because that's going to close off every way of access right here. Then again, doesn't probably not matter too much because we have a way to get through right here. That said, that's going to, I think it's going to lengthen the routes for our logistics employees. And it's also not going to allow them to access the shelf, so that's not an option. We will have to actually move this. And we'll go and grab a small shelving rack right here and kind of mirror that setup that we have going above. So once more, gonna go and grab the retrieval segment. That's gonna push things out to right there. We're gonna have to have a conveyor belt. That's gonna have to push things out to right there. And well, same thing for the out. So conveyor belt, boop. And then we go and have an automated storage segment that just puts it all back into a nice shelving rack for us. So here, because we are going to be moving on, and I can probably already set that up. Do I need to set this thing up, by the way? No, that should all work by itself. But we're going to go right here and pretty much already kind of max out the storage on this. We're going to be moving some of these over to there, of course. And, well, going to kind of also have to move in some of this right here. So electronic parts are going to go in, and we now have 2 stacks of electronic parts and 2 stacks of circuit boards, basically. We're going to set this thing up so that it kind of matches the frequencies needed right here, and that's actually also not quite possible because we do indeed need plastic parts in there too, which actually should already be, yeah, it's already in there. Now the question is kind of, I think we can probably afford lowering the circuit boards to 50 again. Now, how am I distributing all these plastic parts? Am I distributing everything to everywhere, basically? It doesn't quite look that way, does it? I feel this part here, like, because we've only got 1 table up here. We've got like... Yeah, I mean, we've got 3 tables down there. I'm not sure about this connection, but... I don't know how I set it up for the frequencies anymore. I should have checked that in advance, to be honest, but we'll just grab this for the time being to ensure that something is flowing there. I'm going to have to match this all for frequencies afterwards again, but basically we'll also... Actually, I can do that in here, can't I? So we'll use that last slot for this, and then we'll kind of have to match this. So we need 5 circuit boards, 40 electronics, and 20 of these thingies. So start with circuit boards. We will grab these, and we'll grab 5. Then we need electronics, which are right here, out of which we'll grab 40. And then I totally forgot the other count, which was 20. So we'll go and grab the plastic parts, and we'll put 20 on there. Just like that, and well, then you rinse and repeat that. And that's the logic circuits now taken care of. Now we are, as you can see, out of space. So that's a bit of an issue. That's honestly a bit of an issue I don't really like too much. The thing is, right, for all this other stuff, like the programmable circuits, we do kind of need a bunch of things, right? Like we need the circuit boards, of course. We do also, though, need electronic parts, and I mean, then the simple circuits, but, you know, that's kind of both got to flow to over here. I'm kind of unsure how I would want to do this. I'm thinking I would not want another sort of... I don't think I would want another... Oh, yeah, I think I've got an idea. So I don't think I would want another courier. What I will probably set up instead is I'll have a conveyor going from here into here. I'll have like a delivery thingy coming out, or roller band, or whatever it was called. I'll have like my 2 machines set up in here. And I'll have like an employee store all this into a shelf, I guess. And then we'll move it all over. It's gonna... I'm gonna have to kind of think about this, because I think we'll have to have like an automated storage automated retrieval segment here again, so we can actually set a frequency at which what material kind of goes onto that conveyor, because else it's gonna clock like mad, basically. So we're gonna have to, well, that doesn't work because nobody can access it. So does that work in terms of space? I hope so. Basically, the idea here being, I've got like this shelf where my logistics employees put things into, right? Like the circuit boards that we need, like the electronic parts that we need. And I think that was it. Did we need plastic parts? Good question indeed. What, do I have like electronic workbenches here? No. Yes. I do need... Okay, I don't need plastic parts. So it's really just circuit boards and electronic parts. I just kind of need to set up how much of which this thing has to put on there. And that may even be a bit of trial and error in the end. I'm not quite sure. We'll have to see about that. But basically, I'm going to go and get a conveyor attached like this, right? Logistics employees put the stuff in here. This thing kind of sorts out how many of which it puts onto this and which frequency. I should also probably actually deconstruct this again, because I want to have like some way of actually passing this spot, right? So we're going to have an overhead transporter just to kind of make the way free right there. Then we'll have a conveyor belt. This stuff will have to move, but that shouldn't be too bad, because, well, I mean, now we've got an even bigger place to put research tables into, right? So, you know, more possibilities for the future, I suppose. So this is all going to go over there, and they're going to move over, and then we're going to kind of go and grab a roller band right here, which is also flipping darn long, I'll have to say. Can I maybe just, like, make this turn here? I don't want to have that kind of all over the room. So we're going to have things delivered right here. We're going to need, like, a big shelving rack right here, I think, just to kind of make sure we've got an intermediate storage for all this stuff that maybe clears up the chaos a bit more too. We will, of course, need to hire a logistics employee again for this zone. And then everything else here will be automated, right? So we'll have like 2 pick-and-place machines. This will all need to kind of be distributed a bit amongst them, but hopefully that should be somewhat doable by logistics employee. I think we're just going to kind of see what frequencies we need of what materials. And then we're kind of going to go from there. We're going to set this thing up to about that frequency, and hopefully nothing's going to clog up and everything's going to flow somewhat nicely. And then we're going to have the simple circuits first, then we're going to go to programmable circuits, of course. We're going to pull a conveyor belt out of there and kind of pull it all the way till down here, have a roller band, and then just have the logistics employees put their stuff right into there. So, bit more of a complicated setup than I expected, to be honest, and it's quite the madness. It's taking a lot of space, honestly, but all should be a lot of a way to go for us in terms of efficiency, and hopefully also avoiding these annoying bottlenecks that we had going here in the last few episodes. So, well, hopefully we're headed the right way. Hopefully we're going to add a good bunch to our profitability right there, and I'm really going to be very interested and excited to see all this automation madness going on. For today, though, I'm going to have to end it off right here, so we're going to finish that in the next episode, and then hopefully everything's going to work fine. I'm going to have to figure out some frequencies, and also for the plastic parts. That's going to be quite crazy, but yeah. Let's see what we make of it. So, for today, this has been it. If you enjoyed it, as always, please make sure to hit that like button down below. That does always help out a ton for the video performance. And if you're new around this channel and haven't done so just yet, also please consider subscribing right down below, as well as hitting that bell icon right next to it to stay up to date on all the future upcoming episodes. And with that all said, as always, thanks a lot for watching, and I hope I'll catch you in the next one very, very soon. Ciao.